Alrighty, what is up everybody and welcome back to Evospace. As always, I am Door, and today we're going to go ahead and set up the beginnings for titanium. We have titanium being produced right now in our aluminum breakdown because I changed everything around. So we were making this stuff, I believe. So we need to take that stuff and mix it with coke, and then we take the prepared stuff, mix it with chlorine, and we get titanium dust, and then we just put it into an industrial smelter and we get titanium out of that. So we're going to set that line up today. I went ahead and changed around the coke manufacturing here. So I was messing around with it in creative, and it takes 4 stainless steel miners to fuel 9 stainless steel coke ovens that then feed 11 furnaces. When we have our power constantly chugging right now, there'll be nothing on the lines. They'll be all fed and everything will be running smoothly. The reason there's a bunch of backlog right now is because we're not really chugging on the power right now. We went ahead and changed this stuff around too. We have 33 stainless steel boilers feeding 11 turbines, feeding 11 generators, and that's producing, I think it's like 2 point something million when everything kicks on. When we keep getting little surges here and there, I think it tops out at about 2 million or something like that. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get this stuff rolling here. So first we need to go ahead and set up the mineral water extraction over here with a pump jack, and I think we have a node thingy right over here. Oh, that's a bit of an issue. Huh. Okay, well, we can squeeze this in here. We'll have to well, we're gonna have to use this one up here then, the node up there, unless we use scanners and we find something over here or over here by the copper. We'll just expand the platform out to that thing over there, because the way we have this thing set up now, there should never be more than, or there shouldn't be anything on the line really. Everything should be getting used up, and yeah. So from these things here, these industrial separators, all the way back, that is how every line starts now. I only have the iron and aluminum done right now because I need more stainless steel. So I set up these 2 lines to be able to make more stainless steel. The reason there's a bunch of backlog again is because they're all like mishmashed right now. Half of it's stainless steel, the other half steel. The belts are mostly stainless steel, and then some of it, like where the hazard blocks are, those are all steel. That entire line over there is steel except for the separators. And yeah, we need a bunch of engines and stuff to get this all fully powered up. All the arms, I think, for the most part over here are stainless steel, but on that side again they're steel. We didn't really have a whole lot of stainless steel, and our production was very, very slow, so we didn't really have a whole lot backlogged, and it took me a long time to get this balanced out, because whenever I would get the game, or whenever I would think I got the game to the point where we could balance it out properly, it would just backlog and cause issues. So yeah, that was fun. Boop. So let's do this, and we do that. That should be giving us salt, I believe. Yes. So we take that salt and then we put that into an electrolyzer. We're going to be running steel again on here for the most part until we get enough stainless steel up and running. We're still kind of low. We have a couple stacks of stuff, but really not much to make a whole bunch of machines that we need. And I want to get the lines up and running before I get these little things squared away. The lines are more important than the little like one-off little builder things that we're making here. So that's going to go into here. We're going to take the salt, and it's going to turn into chlorine. We need to pump that out into a chest or into a tank. And then that tank needs to go into another one of these guys. So we can put a pump. We don't have a pump. Or we don't need a pump, right? We do need a pump. Oops. Oh, I broke that. We need concrete back there. There we go. Can we make a pump? We should be able to make a pump. We can. Okay, cool. So then that'll give us the pump, and we can put that there. That'll then plug into that guy, and I believe it's this one, right? The prepared stuff. So we're taking the chlorine, putting it into here, making that. And then we will just arm this out over to here for right now. I don't think we're going to get much of this generated right now. Does this have an item input output? No, it does not. Okay. So we'll put it there. And we're going to be making this stuff. So we need to bring heat pipes because we need to power the middle thing here. And we can go ahead and just arm this stuff out when it's done. And I didn't have a chest. Okay, so I need to grab heat pipes. And I need to grab another chest, and we should be squared away. Okay, so with the heat pipes, we just put them in there. It works the same, it seems like, as last season. If I can get the game to cooperate and put the thing in there, thank you. Like so, and we're gonna have to drop this down somewhere as well to plug into the network down below here. So we'll just drag it off this end here. Sure. We can do this, and then hop on down with it, like so, and just connect it in, and we're good. So that should be producing more than enough heat to power this thing. How much does it need? 193,000. 193. So not bad. It's definitely not that assembler that takes 2.2 million to make one thing, but that's fine. So we have a chest. We can do that. And then now we need to go ahead and set up the mixture to, or we actually need to plug everything in, but I can do that in a minute here. We need to make the mixture of this stuff, which is the titanium mixed with, ooh, what was it? I think, oh, it was coke, right? It was just coke, so we should be fine there. I don't have any cables with me, and we have an engine we can shove onto this, like so. Okay, so our titanium is going into a chest right now. I think it's this line over here. Yeah, so over here we have titanium being made. And we already have 4 stacks, so the other side's going to have a couple stacks as well. And that needs to go into a mixture. Do we have a coal node near us? We have a coal node here, but I don't think I have a platform out to it. I don't really want to run a coal node from over here. But it looks like I'm going to have to. Let's just do this for right now. We'll manually load it. Yeah, we'll manually load it for right now. I'm going to go stick a chest on the end of the... I thought I just had 2 of those. I only had 1. I'm going to stick a chest on the end of the coke line over there, since we're not really using all the coke right now, because all our stuff's not really kicking into gear just yet. But we can... we need these 3... We need these 3 lines to power those furnaces. Alone, so we can't really rely on this too much once we get everything up and running here, because we need all that heat to power the boilers, and if we mess with that at all, then everything kind of starts to crumble. And I didn't grab that chest. I thought I'd grab the chest. Where did the chest go? Boop. There we go. But yeah, we need to have this stuff squared away. So anything that will need stuff, we're just going to set up another line like this. For the steel that's going to be running, we're going to have those running into those independently. I tried having one feed into the line that I was trying to make. I was trying to make a line that made everything, or a separate line to make each one of everything, so like ingots and plates and parts. But that's a single line feeding those 3 lines didn't work. It was too slow, and it didn't keep up. And with the stainless steel lines right now, or the conveyor belts right now, we can't really have too much stuff running down the line, because it clogs up on its own regardless. Because some of the stuff outputs 10 items, and the whole thing just can't keep up with that demand. So this is what we have, right? We need that, and then we can take this, shove it into this. That'll make that, okay. We just need to shove an engine onto you, and we need to run cabling, and then we need to extract you into a chest, and we should be fine with that for right now. Let me grab all my cabling and stuff, run all the cables that we need to run for all this stuff over here, and we might just conveyor it over here for right now. Again, this is a little dirty line setup. We really won't know what our actual output is until we have all of the lines set up. And then we're going to hang out in the stainless steel tier of stuff for a little while here, because it's going to take us quite a while to get there. And then the titanium output is probably not going to be the highest with the setup I have. We can probably set up a couple lines that break down. Where's my chest at, yo? We can set up a couple lines that break it down into the 3-item output, which is the normal steel separators. These guys, they give you more chrome oxide and more titanium instead of these big guys here. But the big guys, they give you one, and the wash plant gives you one, so you're still getting 2 per line instead of just the 3. And then that 3 is basically eating up all your whatever material you're using. So the iron, for instance, would be getting eaten up. So that's gonna output. Okay, we need to grab our cables and line everything up, or not line everything up, but plug everything in. Okay, so with all that plugged in, we already have our chlorine coming in. This is a pretty fast setup already. And I thought it was going to take a bit longer than it is, but I guess it's really only refining one thing once, and it's not going through a whole bunch of steps. So that's pretty quick. We can go ahead and grab some of this stuff. Did I even plug this in? I did. Okay, cool. We can take some of this stuff, and we can begin to get our first little bits of titanium here. The only thing we're gonna like go right toward right now is the reactor. That is the main thing I want. All the machines and stuff, those are all gonna change eventually, but we don't even have our stainless steel set up down. So I want to get all the stainless steel stuff up and going. That'll help us get to our titanium setup, and then once we have enough titanium, we can go ahead and swap out. Over here used to be the steel setup. That's completely gone. It will be replaced with one of those when we get the steel or the stainless steel up and running. We still have this guy just feeding the little thingamabobber. Let's see. What else did we change? We didn't change the copper. We're going to change the copper. We just haven't gotten around to it. This is gonna go and get replaced probably. Yeah, we need silicone still, so yeah, it's gonna definitely get replaced. Haven't gotten around to that one either. And this should be getting its first things. Here we go. We have 5 already. So if we take a look at the recipe, we need, what is that, 100 plates and 100 parts. So we need 100 ingots. Oh no, we need 200 ingots. We need 200 ingots. We need a stack and some change, or a stack and almost almost a stack and a half, because it's 2 extra of reinforced concrete. We have the processors. That's not an issue, and we have the heat pipe. So we might actually go ahead and get that reactor up today. Maybe. We definitely have the titanium to go. How much steel do we have sitting around? Okay, we definitely have more than when I started. Okay, cool. We might actually put some more machines down to help speed this whole process up. We need another line of coke to just feed this thing infinitely. That might be a thing I do right now. So we need to go grab some coke, because that needs to be running constantly now. So we'll just probably set up one of these lines. We have the stone and stuff set aside. Let me just take all this, and then we'll just arm it into the machine so it keeps building up. We need another chest as well so we can get it going constantly here. Do we have arms? We have arms. So we can go ahead and put this down, feed into that one mixer, feed the titanium coming out of there into it as well, and then we'll just have to kind of stay on top of this and feed it when we see that it's not running. For right now, at least. We will automate this in due time. So that's going to do that. We need to grab our titanium out of these guys. Boop and boop. Half the stuff's not even plugged in, because I didn't have the engines and stuff as well. And the other half's getting thrown away because we don't... this thing produces more of that aluminum stuff than we actually need. So the aluminum lines might actually go for an overhaul. I might change all of that, because we don't really need anything out of this other than Oh, well, no, we do need the stuff, though. So maybe not. I don't know what I'm talking about. But yeah, we got that going. So we're going to sit here for a little bit. I'm going to let this stuff process through. How much do we have? We have more than enough titanium to make the reactor today. We don't have enough stuff to power it. And I kind of want to, like I said, I kind of want to get these lines up and running. The furnaces are going to hold out for a while. Those things produce, I think, like 4.5, 5 million heat right now. So those are going to last me a little while. So I want to finish these 2 lines off for sure. Change out all the stuff before we actually start putting down new lines. And I think we can go ahead and start making some machines and stuff. We need more furnaces down, that's for sure. I know we need, I think, 6 on each side. I have it all done out. I didn't have the supplies to put it all down, so that's why it's kind of all janky still. But anyways, we're gonna go ahead and let that process through. I'm gonna go ahead and start making machines because we have enough to finish off a line maybe. We need a ton of conveyors and we need a ton of more machines. We don't need machines actually. We need arms. We need arms and conveyors. So I'm gonna make a bunch of conveyors and arms. And while I'm doing that, I'm gonna keep putting in the titanium to process through. Okay, as you can see here in the inventory, we are crafting the reactor right now. It's been about 6 hours, 7 hours since that last little cut. I want to go over this stuff again really quickly as we're making this stuff so we can make the reactor. I feel like I was a little scatterbrained in the morning, so my apologies. So the reason we have only 4 of these miners feeding 9 of these guys is because if we put a 5th one down, the line becomes too clogged, and either the first one or any of them on the line will just stop outputting and it'll just idle with a coal piece in it. So 4 seems to be the maximum for the stainless steel line or conveyor, sorry. So that's why we have it like this. And then usually when everything is kicking, the 9th coke oven, there we go, that's the word. The 9th coke oven usually isn't running as often as the other 8. This is only for the little stragglers that get past the rest of these and makes it to this one. So this one doesn't run all the time. It's usually the rest of them. This is just a safety net, so I don't have to loop it and I don't have to worry about building a backlog with only 8 running. And then the furnaces here, like I said, they run constantly. When you first initially start this thing up, it does take it a minute to kick into gear, so it'll only do the first couple for the first few minutes, and then as all the coke ovens start kicking in, then it works its way down the line and everything stays on constantly as long as you have the drain on the heat system to keep them running and not building up a backlog. It produces, I think I said, each line is only supposed to be producing, I think, 1.3 to 1.5 million the row of furnaces here. And so we're producing 3.5 right now as our peak, 3.7. I think we hit at some point at 4 million. The 3 here are just enough to power the 33 furnaces that we're running right now, and that's why we have those down. Any extras will be used to power other stuff. So we're almost done making the plates, and once those plates are done, I'm just going to click on the reactor so it just makes the parts that it needs instead of me accidentally making more parts than I need. I went ahead and finished all of the lines here. I think we are maybe missing a couple belts on that line over there. I think I might have switched them out already. I might not have. We're still a little behind on stainless steel, but everything is up and running. So we have 1 miner feeding this whole line, going into 5 hammers. Now, normally, if you're running this thing into 4 hammers, it seems fine. And for, I want to say, probably 10 to 20 minutes, if you're sitting there watching it, it'll seem fine. And this one will, for whatever reason, this line comes out of sync at some point. I went ahead and clicked it with the hammer here, and the 4th hammer does 44 cycles. And then for whatever reason on that 45th cycle, it decides to skip and come to this guy. So this one is here purely to run every 10 minutes. It runs when this one misses it. For whatever reason, I don't know why. It just comes out of sync. I thought it was the autosave kicking in, and it wasn't. It was just randomly happening every 10 to 20 minutes. So that's why that's there. The thing here should be running in sync. I think this one's also just for the excess. When these guys come out of sync as well, it's usually these 6 are running, and this one happens every now and again. Again, just like the hammers. The 11 long macerator lines here on each side. I think the last 2 are usually excess when everything is humming along here. I could be wrong. I think it's the last one, maybe the last 2. But whatever, we need 11, or we start building a backlog. So we have 11. Same thing with these guys here. Sometimes it's only one side and not the other, and I tried to make it all just one long line and not having to do this, but the belts just get too full of stuff and clog up, and then the machines clog up, causing the rest of the line to clog up, and we have issues. I'm going to try and stop using the jetpack here because it's very loud, and I'm going to have to edit that down because it's loud. But yeah, one side is never going to run. I think the left or the right is never going to run. I just have the machine down to keep it symmetrical. But yeah, that's mostly it. In the line here, they won't be used. I think one of the macerators as well, when everything is going, isn't going to actually be running. It's just there to keep everything in line so we don't have janky mismatched lines everywhere. The mixers here I didn't do yet. I don't have those exact that we need, but it seems to be running fine. It seems like these 2 are keeping up with the amount of iron coming out of it, so maybe we just needed 2. But I didn't try this out in creative. I didn't time it out either. So I don't know. It seems to be working fine. And we're producing enough stainless steel now to keep things going. The 6 on this line might be a little much for the furnaces, or the arc furnaces. But for the normal stuff like copper and stuff, we need 6, so we need 12 in total, and that keeps everything running smoothly. Over here, it seems like we only need maybe 3 or 4 when everything is humming along here as well. So I might end up changing this line out. I'm gonna try this out in creative and see how many mixers and how many furnaces and stuff are the correct ratio for the stainless steel stuff here, because we're reliant on the mixers. Not the breakdown of the other stuff. We have the aluminum done. We have 11. Is it 11? 3, 6, 9. Yeah, we have 11 or 12. Is it 12? 3, 6, 9, 12. We have 12 electrolyzers. And again, that just keeps everything, keeps the line clear and doesn't have any backlog kicking in when everything gets going. I think that is about it. We're going to end up building one of these lines next episode when we get our uranium up and going. I just used the jetpack again, and I was floating there for a minute, and I just totally ignored it. When we get the uranium up and running for this thing next episode, so we can actually power this thing, we're going to make probably a couple more. Let's see. So the enriched one, or the normal uranium cell, creates 3.9 million heat, and then we can go ahead and take the depleted cells and put that into another reactor that creates a 1.7 megawatt of heat. So we're probably going to be only running, we'll try out running 4 reactors going into a 5th one. That'll burn the depleted stuff, and then we get our cells back, and then we can recycle and not have to build a bunch of cells as a backlog, I think is what we're going to end up doing. But yeah, in between episodes, I'm going to make a couple more of these guys. We have the stuff to do it, so we should be good there. And I'm going to go ahead and finish off the line. Like I said, I think I need some belts. And then I'll probably do another line or something, or I might just build up the supply to go ahead and place down the uranium line next episode, because we're still kind of not doing too hot on stainless steel here. We have a little bit, but we're doing okay, I guess. But anyways, I think that's going to go ahead and be it for today's episode. We made the reactor. Next episode, we'll make the uranium line, which is going to be pretty much the same thing as those lines minus the furnaces, I believe. So I think it's just going to stop at the industrial separators, I believe. Or does it go back into a thing? No, it comes, yeah. So after the industrial separator, we'll be getting 10 dust and 10 of the 235 dust. And then we can start making fuel rods and start powering our furnaces here, or our reactors. And then, yeah, we can go ahead and start phasing out the coal line over there, which kind of bums me out because I spent like a couple hours trying to balance that thing because it just kept coming out of sync and I couldn't figure out why. Huh. Well, yeah, so that's going to go ahead and be it for today's episode. Next episode, we'll go ahead and get that line up and running. So, hope you guys enjoyed as always, and I'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching.